You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
I'm back. Rudrians for our Black and White Sports 2. Well, we're going to talk about Michigan State and Michigan. As we know, there was an ugly brawl involving several Michigan State players and a couple of Michigan players, and, well, they got ganged up on, for lack of a better way of putting it. And also, there's been some footage emerge, and it seems that Mel Tucker took a swipe at a fan when he was about to go down the tunnel. He is the coach of the Michigan State Spartans, and some could argue he should sign over about half of his salary to Kenneth Walker, who looks like an all-world NFL running back right now. They had a good season last year, but a lot of that had to do with Kenneth Walker. We've got a lot to unpack here. I'm just going to show very brief snippets of kind of what happened, except the Mel Tucker. I'll show a little bit more of that because it wasn't directly. Couldn't see any direct contact, but it wasn't for a lack of him trying. And I'm trying to watch the YouTube censors on this too, because they don't like fight footage at all. Michigan State suspends 4 players involved in players' tunnel brawl against Michigan. Outkick. Michigan State Spartans football coach Mel Tucker announced on Sunday that 4 players have been suspended following Saturday's brawl with 2 Michigan players. Published late Sunday, the statement announced immediate suspensions for defensive back Angelo Gross, defensive end Zian Young, defensive end Tank Brown, defensive back Kerry Crump. Okay, so let's look at Mel Tucker right quick. This is going to be him. That's him right there. See? He took a swipe at fans. Yeah, so not exactly a way that you expect your coach to conduct himself. Reactions to the footage of the brawl called it a full-on assault by Spartan players as they outnumbered 2 lone players in the tunnel. At one point in the video, the MSU player was spotted using a helmet as a weapon against one of the Michigan players. There's sort of a fuzzy outline of that you can see. Man, this is one of the wildest things I've ever seen. I've been a college football fan for 40 years. This is nuts. The number of suspended players may be adjusted as the team continuously investigates the fight. And this looks like, let's see, statement from Mel Tucker. Let's just read it. He's turned out to be a real winner, hadn't he? He was a damn good NFL coordinator. Michigan State University football core values include integrity, discipline, unselfishness, toughness, and accountability. After reviewing the disturbing electronic evidence connected to date of the altercations between Michigan State and the University of Michigan student athletes on October 29, 2022, we are suspending Tank Brown, Kerry Crump, Angelo Gross, and Zion Young effective immediately. We are currently working with law enforcement, Michigan State and Michigan campus leadership, and the Big Ten Conference to further evaluate the events in Ann Arbor, including but not limited to additional student-athlete participation in the altercations and contributing factors. The initial student-athlete suspensions will remain in place until the investigation are completed. Okay, so they're indefinitely suspended. The health and safety of our student-athletes, coaches, personnel, and the Spartan community remain our number one priority. You have my promise that we are committed to fairness, transparency, accountability, and that we will continue to take appropriate action in this matter. Our core values and responsibility that comes with wearing state green and white jersey must never be compromised. Thank you to our athletics department, football staff, alumni, partners, conference, and the fans for your continued collaboration and support as we move forward together. And, of course, we know this was a big rivalry game, but you cannot have this kind of thing going on. This is craziness. And like I said, we got, as relayed by Outkick's Grayson Weir, Tucker also was seen getting testy after the loss, swiped at a Michigan fan that made contact with him en route to the players heading down the tunnel. It's absolutely nuts. Now we're finding out that you got Mel Tucker the coach swiping at a fan. It didn't look like the fan really meant him any harm. The fan probably shouldn't have touched him. And, you know, in this day and time, I do understand Mel Tucker doesn't exactly know what the fan's going to do. But it's a bad look for him, too. He's got to keep his composure as well. And you got to wonder, are the players on this team a reflection of their coach? Okay, because after all, he's the head recruiter there. If you absolutely want to know the truth, the head coach is always going to be the master recruiter, and he's going to be the one that's going to trickle down and put his tentacles of his values and integrity into a program. And you just have to question, look, Mel Tucker was already under fire for how bad they've been so far this season. This is even worse. These are indefinite suspensions, and this could get a lot worse. Law enforcement is involved, and we don't know what kind of charges we will be watching that may end up coming out of this, but it's ugly. I mean, it's all just ugly. I don't know. Crazy as hell. Tell me what you think, Black and White Sports 2 fans. Peace. I'm out. Till next time, Black and White Network supporters, make sure you go over and check out the Black and White Network merchandise store. 25% off USA First, 25% off USA First. Go now.